the reviews for the urban cruiser Ebella are coming out, and from these reviews, it feels just like the e-Vitara reviews, because this car is basically the e-Vitara underneath. It's a rebadged e-Vitara, with the Maruti Suzuki Toyota partnership. And in the reviews, the same stuff comes up. Nothing really different because it is the same car. And another frustrating thing also, I noticed that I haven't been able to see the price yet. I don't know if they announced. I haven't seen it yet. And that is a bit concerning. And it makes me think again that Maruti Suzuki and Toyota didn't really want to bring this car to the market, but they probably did it because they had to, or maybe they're worried that there would come a point where if they didn't have a EV in the market, it might become an issue. So it feels like they're just trying to beat the basic criteria for an auto manufacturer in 2026. And this honestly probably isn't really a bad thing from their point of view, because the whole EV craze, it is going down. The EV market, I feel like it is somewhat saturated in terms of the people who wanted them have bought them and they're satisfied with it, and the people who might be interested in it now know about it enough to make a decision on whether it's practical for them or not. And at the moment, EVs, I feel like they still have a long way to go in terms of the range that's being offered, the charging speeds, the price at which it's offered. Because right now, as far as India goes, there aren't really any cheap EVs. I mean, I think the cheapest EV might be the MG Comet. And even that car is, I think, the on-road price or like showroom price, I don't remember which, is 8 lakhs, around 8 lakhs. And at that price, that is a pretty small car. And people who are really focused on budget and value, they won't really go for that. The Comets honestly feels like a second car for people who have a big car already and who just want something that can move around traffic quickly. But as a main car for everybody, there really isn't an option. I mean, the next regular car, I think, is probably the Tiago EV, and that car, I think, it's 10 lakh something for the price, and at that point it's too expensive. So yeah, the technology, it needs to evolve and become cheaper, and maybe that's why Maruti Suzuki and Toyota aren't that interested in EVs right now. Because when you look at the way that Toyota as a brand does things, they do it right. They may be slow, they may not bring everything, but when they bring it, it's usually good and they last. That's kind of Toyota's thing. They're known for reliability. Even if they don't have everything, the stuff that they do have, it will work for a long time. And EVs, honestly, the way they are, I don't think they exactly meet the standards for Toyota in terms of longevity and technology and all that. Because I feel like there's a lot of stuff that could keep changing. The batteries could become smaller and give more range. And these EVs have a lot of computer tech inside them. And that stuff could keep changing and improving a lot too, the charging speed. And because of that, Toyota not wanting to do this would make sense. And it is a strategy that it could work for Toyota, because Toyota, they're a brand. They have a brand value that's beloved, especially in India. And even if they're really late to the game, and by the time they bring out their great EVs, the other manufacturers already have EVs for a long time, I don't think it's going to affect them. Now, for popular brands, they need to be cutting edge, bring all the tech, bring all the stuff, have aggressive pricing. They need that to compete. But Toyota, with their brand image, that's the benefit of brand name that you adopt. You can take some time and do it your own way, and people would be waiting for your car. So them doing this would make sense, and well, I guess it is kind of like how Apple does things. I mean, Apple sometimes waits a long time to bring something out, but when they bring it out, it's usually really good, and people are waiting for it because they are expecting the Apple product to be good. And I feel like Toyota could do the same thing. So I guess the Urban Cruiser Ebella not being the best EV, not being that competitive, isn't a really big deal because the EV game is still changing and evolving. So there is time. And when there is time, I feel like Toyota will probably go all in and bring us a great EV. And hopefully the pricing is a bit decent when their EV does come out. So let's wait until that happens. But for now, it seems like this is just an EV for the sake of having an EV in the market. So yeah, that's what I think about the Urban Cruiser Ebella. And the specs wise, well, the specs are the same as the E Vitara, so don't really want to get into that. Oh yeah, although there is one thing I do like about the Urban Cruiser Bella from what I heard. It seems like the acceleration is a bit more smooth and gradual as opposed to the instant acceleration that a lot of EVs have, which I feel like is a good thing because with that instant acceleration, there's enough reaction time for the driver or if someone's on the road for them to get out of the way in case something happens. And a gradual acceleration is probably a good thing, and maybe that's a trend that other manufacturers will catch on to in the future, hopefully. So yeah, that's what I think about the Urban Cruiser Rebella and why Toyota and Maruti Suzuki are bringing this car out.